Tadzoka guys, tadzoka. Right. Ande guys, tadzoka. Tadzoka. Thanks guys. Vese vatora video remwana vari kushare video remwana. Thank you very much all of you guys. Vese vatora video remwana vari kushare video remwana. Thank you guys. Thank you all of you guys. Thank you. Tichimirira kuti vamwe vedu vadzoke panapa pa guys. Ndigaenda kupa feedback panyaya ya Jesse anditika Jesse social services yakauya. Social services yauya ikaonawo chi mumba majesi ikatotiwo no problem akavapawo ma details edu noti vakabvunza yakawanda akavapa ma details. Saka social services ivari kuti mangwana vanomufonera vachauya vachimupika nevana voenda kune vamwe vana kuma plus andika mabethi vatifanwa kungopiwa pamwe chete vese ka1 kwainoti vakapiwa kuti avapiwa zvinozonesa kuti vamwe vapiwe. Saka vari kungotakurwa nemotikari vose vakananga kuma plus ndiko vari kunanga vakananga kuma plus kudaro vosvika ma birth certificates evana onyorwa ende zvakare vana havatorwi kwai vakatosvikotaura kuti uri kuchengeta vana zvakanaka. Saka vana hapana mwana anotorwa hapo asi kuti vari kuda kuti vakwanise kudini vakwanise kuti vakuita ma birth certificate. Saka zviri kufamba zvakanaka guys. Jesse zvinhu zvacho zvina Mwari mukati zviri kufamba. Mwari hakupi mutoro wasagoni kutakura ende vanokuisa pane vanhu vanokusanganisa navo kuti zvako zvifambe. Saka zvinhu zvaJesse zviri kufamba so far. Mabirth toziva kuti zvikafamba zvakanaka by end of this week vanenge vatori mabirth certificate avo anenge atori nechitupa vachipiwa mabirth vachipiwa zvitupa anomuona. Saka pasene mundofunga vachangonoshandisawo vachangoonekwawo kuti vano zvinofamba sei kumberi ikoko. Saka zviri kufaya apa mamuonawo life yatotanga guys. Matomuona kuti life yake yatotanga Jesse. Maiona video anditi mumba make atotenga mapoto ake akatenga mablankets ake akatenga mubhedha wake nemari yakakontributwa pano akatenga mubhedha wake andika. Saka amirira kuenda unohodha ati iye chiri kumustopa kuhodha nechekuti mangwana vanogona kuiva chidi vachitoti handei. Saka umbomira asi kana kuri kuti vakati madhesi ari kure anofanira kuhodha kuti afanira kutengesa but kana vakati kuri kuenda mangwana anozodzoka ohodha andika akubva kupi akubva kumusha kuti achitanga kuita life yake. Sezvo madzibaba kune madiaries akatumira mari kuna madzibaba kuti vakwanise kutsvaga imba yakatisunungukei anditika kana zvikafamba zvakanaka imba yakasununguka kana vakaiwana nekukurumidza madzibaba then takuchitora sisi vaJesse vaya kuti vaende kunana madzibaba kwaka vazame kurapiwa nokuti kana vakazama kurapiwa vakarapiwa sisi vacho mutoro wacho unenge waanani zvinenge zvaanani vari tu voshandira vana nokuti kutonzi masocial workers mamwe akaenda kubva koko kumusha uko vakaenda kuma plus straight vakatocoordinata neava vekukaroi vakaenda kumusha vakatonoona zvishuwa vana vaya vari kumusha hanzi vakataura zvechokwadi vana variko vakataura nevanhu vemunharaunda vakati zvishuwa vakonfirma story yaJesse kuti vana vemadzimai vana mai vanorwara pfungwa vanofamba nobva vacollaborata nyaya yacho. Saka zvakabva zvaita kuti zviite easy kuti vati regai tipindire tivape. Saka tikutenda Mwari because zvinhu zvacho zviri kufamba negwara guys. Zvina Mwari mukati nyaya dzaJesse hadzitombondinetsi zvina Mwari mukati zviri kutongoflowa zviita zvega. Anomuona she was so happy and ari kutadza kana nekufara akatoti vedu vemunditenderewo nekusingapiri kune madiaries. Ndakati vana mai vangu vandandisina lokuti chero ndikaita dambudziko ndinosharewo handinokushare naye mai vanenge vachingombeya nemanzire zvavadosikamu kuti vakafambira side ripi vari kupi vakazodii havatosikamu vanongozoonekwawo kana vachinge vazokudzokawo. Hanzi masocial services akatosvika pamba pacho kune vamwe vana vari kumaplaza akanzwa tsitsi hanzi akasiya tovatengera chikafu upfu nekuda upfu nemafuta here koko wanzi vakachesa $25 vatonzwawo tsitsi institution vakasvika kuvana vari kumaplaza ava vanayo vakasiya vatobuditsawo $25 ukona social worker robudisa $25 guys nekuma kuita zvinhu kuZimbabwe kutengera vana kunora institution yachona yanga isina kumira zvakanaka. Kwaiko hamutaure kuti maenda kulive yebhuruwayo yananga kwakora dadhoko guma nemurume wati kudiko dia. Saka ndimunona ndopatavi. Saka regai tipinde munyaya iyi tipinde munyaya yezve guys pane nyaya yebusiness expo ku SA anditi I'm going to briefly bring this lady to explain more about this business expo ikuitwa kuBulawayo because vazhinji vedu zvikuru sei team SA anditika tiri kuda kuita business but we don't know how to do it. hanimaona tinobondera unozama chino handika 1 week down the line chadona mwedzi uchinopera business reva watanga nemari svinu hauchazi zviri kuenda kupi handiti kune vanhu vari maexperts in business handiti who are doing this business expo muSA handika kumidrand kuti mukwanise kubatsirikana kuti zviri kufamba sei zvinoita sei andimaona mudzidzo business guys so that you can be able to do your business uchinyasoziva and so with me that join one of the organizers we business expo here and my sister, how are you?
I'm fine, SIS MELLY, how are you?
Did it right, my sister. Can you please tell us more about the business expo that you are doing in SA? What's going to be happening? What's happening? Who is coming and who's going to teach people about business?
Okay, so thank you very much for allowing us to come on your platform. Maybe if I sort of start in saying that, you know, this is being organized by a group called Zimbabweans in the Diaspora organization, and it was formed here in the UK. So last year we had the first ever event where, you know, we have some people who are in the diaspora, they've got opportunities, they want, you know, we're in the diaspora, but or we want to invest in Zimbabwe, but sometimes we don't know the channels, you know,
yeah.
So this organization was formed some years back. Unfortunately, I don't have the actual day because I came later on in the organization, but they came together. How can we bring and bridge this gap? So this event did the first major event in UK last year in October, where we got you know the government as well. We got companies from Zimbabwe to come over and say, guys, this is what we have available for as investment opportunities, whether it's land, whether it's banking. So we had banks coming through, we had you know, government officials coming and saying we have got projects on this. So people, and even then we also had companies who are here in the UK who were like, guys, we're in the UK and we're Zimbabweans, support us as well. So it was a good networking opportunity and stuff like that. So that was the first one we were doing, and we wanted to do more. But actually what then happened is other countries then said, wait, what about us? We want that same thing. So Zito is now going to South Africa. So this is our first time coming to South Africa. We've already engaged a few companies. We are still in talks with some that we will be confirming on our pages, and hopefully we can share that information with you. So the South Africa event that we are doing now is going to be in 2 parts. So the first part of the morning is the expo, where we will have businesses that will be coming and say, you know, offering services. We've got banks that want to come that we're still talking to. We will confirm in the next couple of weeks. You know, for those who are thinking, we've got property companies coming that are saying, look, we can talk directly. Dzimba muda kutenga land kana muda kutengeserwa dzimba dzenyu kana mukuda kuchengeterwa dzimba dzenyu than kuti munoti hama yenyu inochengeta imba yenyu. Isusu, there are some companies that can, the real estate agents, they're coming themselves. So people can have conversations, and that part is free. That day event of the expo is a free event. So we are saying, come and talk to people, come and hear about what opportunities are there in Zimbabwe for someone who's in the diaspora. Come and ask questions. How do I know? What guarantee are you giving me? Safe. We are so that's why we are like so keen on that being a free part, because information is power. And we're also giving it as a chance for their companies we don't know about that are in South Africa. We are saying, come and tell people about yourselves. Come and be an exhibitor. We are a company. We have tables, we have chairs, we have everything, like my shelves. How big you want, how small you want. Come and sell, because our diaspora community is coming. You know, this is an event for Zimbabweans. Other countries can come if they want to exhibit their things, but we want to do this mainly for us and promote our businesses wherever we are.
Okay.
So that's
so I've got a question there. I've got a question there.
Yes.
Hey, are you saying, Kuti, if I am somebody who's in SA and I've got my business or I've got things that I sell, can I come in the afternoon and exhibit my things, my stuff?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Absolutely. So
Okay.
the expo in the day is starting at 9 in the morning until 4 o'clock. And during that time, what will be happening is we will be having seminars and we'll be having my stands. So people vanokwanisa kuita unge vari kutaura nemacompanies avari kuda kunzwa from. And also they will also then have facilities for people presenting. We are in talks to having, people like vanoita insurance policies, vanoita funerals, vanoita property investment, just normal things that you would expect in Zimbabwe. Vanoita land opportunities, irrigation schemes, provincial areas are supposed to be coming as well. So those type of opportunities are there. Saka even iwewe kana iwe uri mu South Africa uchitengesa dovi rako rawakakwanisa kugadzirisa kukaka samwe kana uri une munhu une salon yako kana une service you provider, you're a consultant of something and you want your people in your local area to know about you. Reach out to us, let's talk, come and bring your business. Because we are at the moment, our people who have registered, we are hitting nearly 1,000, and we've got capacity for more people to come. You want those people to know about you.
Yes. So guys, this is the afternoon party and the afternoon expo. I know many of you guys in South Africa murukutengesa antika murukutengesa zvinu. Munema agency ekutsvagira namabasa, munema cleaning agencies, ma cleaning companies aminawo, munema company akasena muri transport business rema Uber chairo, munema Uber Eats, munema business aminawo, and ndomukana uyu to go and showcast. Because already we're going to 1,000, close to 1,000 people. Go and be part of this thing. And any business rako. Urukutengesa real premium spices. Urukutengesa uneta shukuru kamsoro. And unoita chokugadzira nzara you are a beauty technician. Ndo peko zvimaketa ndo mukana wacho. Ndine salon yangu iri pakati. Ndinoita zvemamassage ndiri pakati. And go and enlarge your businesses, guys. And it's for free in the afternoon. Go and see what other people are doing. Unemeshino kukuya dovi. Go nedovi rako. And then kameshino kuno kuya dovi papa unachona dovi refresh. Uchitengesa dovi rako. And unotengesa mifusho, unotengesa chi. And imimi to my small scale businesses. Please go and learn. And kuti business. Vanu vensa amuru kuona vari successful in life right now. Vanema bas vunzai kana strive masiwa utakatanga sei. Vanga vari vanhu vepasi munogara muchinzo tina shemtasa chitaura kuti ndaitengesa actually ndashanda musupermarket kuspa ndoko ndaishanda vakatanga vachitopeka masherefu ekuspa vari pasi mufunge akaitawo maybe kwakaenda kanodzidza kuti pendi dzinobikwa sei. Now look at him and this should be an inspiration to you guys. Endai munodzidza maperfume antibona munotengesa maperfume munotengesa chi antika hazvitembeseri ngotendera pasocial media uchitengesa maperfume. Enda paground kune vamwe unosvika nebusiness rako ipapo. Ndauya nhasi anzi location, I'll give you the flyer. I've been posting it and I'll keep posting it. Ndokupa location kunde papi andishika but pane number dziripo nyoresa uende kunotengesa zvinhu zvako. Mune mawig and you've got wigs. Go and kuri kubva narubva kune na diaspora, kuri kubva narubva kuZimbabwe and kuri kubva makambani arubva kure. And then mawig ako uno display mawig ako atengeswe. Unotengesa ma-African attire. Go with those African attires. Unema beads African. Go with all those guys. Antika maneru kune kwakuzoitwa kunanzi masikati kune chitwa nemaseminar zvakare or how to grow your businesses. Antika what to do and what not to do in businesses. And the business asere chiwaiwaire ungoti bro. Andiwana chirari madomati chaiwo 800 rand unonyura if you're not careful. Unogona tonyura kuzidofa utozati mplate yangu yaya round ndinorongira madomati ndinoronga ndakati rimwe pa corner apo asina kunyatsokuwira pasi mugomba. Andiwana because ukawisira mugomba domatisika anozara wesa wose akazara chichudai. Saka unoronga rakabata kuchikona kuti rimwe robata kuchikona uko rimwe robata ongoita 5 rimwe wese pamusoro zvoita kunge chindiro chakazara pasi pasina chinhu apa. Do business ika pasi pasina chinhu kuti uwane profit because ukanyatso kurongerera kudai so hapana chaunoburitsa. So go and learn from other people. Maskati is for free. And then let's go kumaneri. What will be happening maneri?
Right. So in the evening we're going to have the dinner awards an awards gala. So again, it's a time for us to recognize the companies that are doing great things for people, especially in the diaspora. It's also a time for us to recognize individuals as well who are making an impact in the community. For good reasons, because at the moment we can go to Zimbabwe, a lot of things are being said. So we want to take that time to recognize the good that people are doing. We did it here in the UK. It was a great success, and we want to bring that also in the evening. Now, the evening bit is a ticketed event, and yes, we will be selling those tickets. It's 85. I've got it in dollars. But a standard ticket is 1,550 rand, and the VIP tickets are 1,750 rand. And that will be from 7 o'clock until the evening. What we're asking as well is we are going to be asking people to nominate. So again, SIS MELLY, you put the flyer on. We've got about 30 different categories.
Choose your guys. Anyway, choose your card. Choose your guys. Choose me, your please. Muma category. Mukashare pekuti kwanisa were pekuti fi. Wamba mani votera foot. Hey guys, mukashare pekuti sao. Pama category. Wamba mani votera. Ayiwa, you must put me on. Hey.
We should put you on. Yeah. So people vote, talk and say the names. Their categories are going to be there. I can't say them all now because, like I said, there's about 30 of them. But when you do put your, there's a number, WhatsApp number there. Put the names of the companies that you think, because Jimmy Manuanogara, South Africa especially, you know the people who are making an impact in your community. When we say community impact award, verified, because we will go and we will look for information for those companies and places. So because but the committee will definitely sit review, and we want to recognize those people for what they're doing in the community on that one. So yes, I saw someone who just asked a question about capital. Capital here. Come to the expo is what my first thing. Remember, it's a free event, but you have to register to get a ticket, please, because our registration and the venue requirements, you need to have registered for you to get entry in. Registration, you might not get entry. So please, it's a free one for the expo part in the morning. But what we're saying is, come. There are banks that they're telling us what they offer us. They're telling us about mortgage offers. They're telling us about how you can get a loan. UK, yes, you can get a loan based on the information they know. UK, what my P45, my P60, they understood my terms. They knew my pay slip said so, and they gave us the
it's
right.
Johannesburg. It's in Johannesburg. It's happening in Johannesburg. Right. It's happening in Johannesburg.
The one in South Africa, you come and they will tell you with the paperwork from South Africa, this is what we would need from you, based on what you have. So come and have initial conversations. So when we can start investing now.
Agriculture. Please go and understand what's happening in agriculture. Agriculture. Go and understand what is going on. Do I want to say land ku Zimbabwe? I want to be a farmer, but I'm not gonna land. Say they will advise. Guys, they will advise kuti itaso and it's maona. Pardon gonna like land. Who knows? Atisivi. And man, Sakapa Maria Maneruma 1.5 and 1.7. Does it include food?
Yes. So that one is a 3-meal course. Food is a black tie event as well. So come looking glamorous, guys. We have red carpets. We have entertainment. It's going to be amazing.
Right. My diaries are Jobek, Makawanda, Shokuti, Tumukwenda Kunutimirira, I say diaries. You are going to go there. Monchimirira say diaries, guys, in the afternoon, you guys will be there. Those who want to go maneru, moenda, mwakapfeka marokwe enyu, akanaka. Muchimira muchionekwa, but I'll be very much disappointed kutanga maskati chaiko if I don't see you guys, because most of you guys murimo mudzimba, muri kushanda ku South Africa ko muri kushanda mudzimba, and you want to know kuti mobuda say mutange kuita ma business enyu. So uyu ndo mukana, it will be on a weekend, so ndo mukana wenyu kuti mubude ne uwandu wenyu muyende ikoko munoona. The maskati is for free. Antika maneru ndo kuningwa kupiwa ma awards. Antika so you pay for a 3-course meal. Chikafu ka guys, akuna hotela inokupai chikafu mahara. Antimaona. So ndo it's a very fair price. Antimaona 1.5, it's a very fair price for the calf, and you get VIP 1.7. That's a very fair price, guys. Very fair price. Antika mova ma choose and chesa ne flyer, guys. Mova matanga uto choose. Sa paku choose up, how do we choose? Paku nominate up. How do we nominate?
Oh, so you can nominate as from the different categories. You can send as many nominations as you want. So, because what we'll be asking you to do is to just let me just get the correct information here so that we are saying the right thing. So, when you get when you get the category you want, you choose the category you want. You provide the nominee details like the full name, the company, or whether it's a social media network. You put that information, you put the email and the phone number of that person, and then you put your details of your name, your phone number, or email address. Then you submit your nomination.
Where are they submitting the nomination?
So they are on the flyer. We've got 2 numbers. We've got a South Africa WhatsApp number, and we've got a Zimbabwe WhatsApp number. Also, it can be emailed to info@zimbabwendiaspora.org. But all of this is on our flyer.
All right. Okay.
The one that has all the categories. But, you know, we will have that. We are also putting it on I think by Sunday it will be all up on our website as well.
Oh, okay.
Which is zimbabwebusinessexpo.com.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Yes.
So guys, if you've got a company, whatever companies are that wants to register to go, please, and there's a link, and cannot just get hold of me, then I'll direct you to them straight. And kana kuti pama flyers, their numbers, just get hold of them. And the second ban, moronga second ban, kuti go and put yourself in the map, on the map. And then I'm going to map same companies, please.
Yeah, I can testify for the UK companies. There are people who were startup companies, and they have already got clients now, and because people do. There's so many brilliant Zimbabweans out there who have my businesses but don't have platforms. You know, this is your opportunity. Mm-hmm. It's your opportunity for that. My prices as well. Of my exhibition prices, there will be as well on the flyers that we're sending out. Mm-hmm. But talk to us, mm-hmm. And don't let anything intimidate you. Talk to us, and we'll see what we can do. Yes. On the expo, I see people keep asking as well. Yes, it's on the flyer, but Ilku Gallagher Convention Center in Midrand, in South Africa. That's where the expo is during the day, and in the evening. The dinner and awards are at the Sandton Hotel. Mm-hmm. So it's Sandton Hotel again in Johannesburg. Is it
Sandton Hotel or it's Sandton Hotel? Because there are 2 hotels, Sandton Hotel. There's it's Sandton Hotel and then there's Sandton Hotel.
It's at Sandton Hotel.
It's Sandton Hotel.
Yes.
Okay. So it's Sandton Hotel. Kuya kwandino farira guys kwinda. Kuya kwandino wa strawberry daikari. Iko kuya it's Sandton Hotel. That's where it is. That's I trust their food, chef. I trust their food there. Aha. Yes. Their food is massive. Yes, their food is massive. So guys, please, Team Diaries, Team Joburg, I'm gonna compile the list of the names of the people that are going from Team Diaries. I need to know how many you are. Anditika sakana ndoya kuma group ko yindi chitito kumbira o list yana rukwinda please musashamisiki toda kuziva kuti muri kuenda vangani vema business tinokuziva iva nema companies nomukana nyoresai antika, and then go and showcase your business. Tichaunza list, then you choose makategori mwesa masteva na munofungidzira kuti vano qualify kupinda pa makategori zakasiyana iri aripo mubva mavafotera zvakare. Anditika Right. Is there anything else that you want to say, my sister?
Yes, just one more last thing. Like we said, this is, this is us trying to promote Zimbabwean businesses. So if you have a service that you provide, we are doing this expo, and sometimes send us a message and say, this is what I do. Do you want my services?
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? If you have something that you provide, that you want to work with us in partnership, reach out to us. Let's talk, let's see. It doesn't mean we would love to, but reach out to us. Maybe we might be able to do some partnership work with you, or help your business grow, or whatever it is. But reach out to us. Let us know you are there.
Please reach out. When this is your time to shine. Antika, please don't reach out.
Vanoita floor designs, printing, whatever it is that you do, we don't know you are there, but you want us to know that you are there, because we will definitely Google and find big company names. But if you've got a service and you provide it cheaper, with evidence of good quality, let us know. Reach out to us. Reach out to us.
Right.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, my sister. I'll keep on reminding them. Thank you very much for the information.
Awesome. Thank you so much again, Sis Melly.
Thank you, Fiona. Right. Saka guys, toenda no one way down. Toenda to support a business. Hakuna mnasanga kuita mari yake guys. Hakuna mun Cape Town aiko. It's just Joburg. Musa zoitira deko yeku. Aiwa. Vanhu ve deko vesano gonata deko vanosasva ningwa chitandi chine deko. So Zimbabwe ne Joburg for now. Hakusati kwa ne Cape Town. Zimbabwe. Remember, it's their first time doing it in Joburg, so they really want to see kuti ichaita success kushikira papi, and then maybe probably next year vachajamba kwenda kune mamwe matown spread like that. Handitika right. Hande ikunya yedu ya nasi guys, hande ikunya yedu ya nasi. Takuda kuti tipindire pana pastor na my sister. Takutopinda miyadi because atishina nguva toda kukurumidza kuti tigadziro ndakumbasa.
Hello.
Hi, my sister, how are you?
I'm joining you, Sister Melly.
Mushe, maswera zvakanaka here.
Taswera zvakanaka, maswera seiko.
Taswera. Ko timadi maita reach out kuna tete.
Nezuro.
Dirini?
Akanyora message nezuro. And I forwarded it. That was the conversation that we had with the Vavatopindur. Akati nzukuru kuti ndakuregera kugara. Tangu neshomwe tikuzatira kumbira kurega kugara sure tiri kuzviziva hakuna kutumwa uroi, but I think I was just angry here. Some things were said because ndangoriwo angry and bitter. Inini uri my younger sister pakakumbirwa regerero vakatonyora message enda kutumira nziri ndakutumira response here vakati ndakuregera kugara.
Aiwa apana response panengori neyawaise kuti makadii teinango handicharangariri zvakataurika siri regero takukumbira mukabvuma kuti makaregera sezvisinei ndokumbira regerero pane zvakataurika zvikakugumburai ndobva vangoisa praying emojis ndobva vazoti hello ndianiko hapana zita apa musukuru ndobva wataura zita rako. Aiwa kana makaregerana saka zviri edai pastor tione titongoita madhina patida kuzwa kuti vava papi. Let's add the muri kuona pamusoro apo pane saini nda kutogzisa pane saini yechimunhu apo pawhatsapp patiri kutaura ipapa pane saini yechimunhu icho chimunhu neplus baya ipapo. Baya ipapo inobva ita kuti Jehovha waenda pane pawakaseva bishop ubva wabaya ipapo. Kuna pastor Boniface.
Okay. All right. Head to call.
Yes. Pastor wenye avakura zvakadi?
Vana mwenye kura.
Okay.
Achiri vechidiki tu.
Zvokumazera mapi?
Ma
40. Okay. Takawa chitaura musenta kana chitaura ndo ngemunhu mukuru ngemdhara chai.
Mukuru
Tofunga chapa munhu mukuru chai chai.
Aiwa. Saka mukura zvokuda.
Tione tinzo kuti feedback yavo vari kuti kudii.
Spare kuconnect kwavari?
To connect.
Okay.
Need to connect. I hope vanotopinda. Saturday vanoita macheche.
Vanowanzita church programs or something like that. Kunogona kuti kunenge function amen.
Masaturdays.
Masaturdays vanowanzita. Zuru takakukumbira regerero tikarespondwa because vakatombotora time yavo vasati varespond.
Kuna cheche.
Ndavasirespondawo. Vatondiudza kuti hanzi pamukura kwebhulawa vashaya izvezvo.
Saka zvanaka kana zvadaro kuna tete saka zvanaka. Kana maregerana saka zvakanaka.
Ndakatombokumbira regero kuti
wakagona.
I like this song. I like this. Saka takakumbira kudhara ndakusendera response yavo. Ndogona kunge ndiverenge henyu ndakusendera.
Nangu ndakakuregerera kare. Ndokurasira kupiko uri mwana weabhudhi vangu. Muri mhuri yangu musatambudzike ini ndiripo muzukuru wangu ngatibatane pamwe chete muzukuru wangu. Zvanaka zve kana zvadai. It's good.
Izvozvo saka ndangotwa izvozvo tete mungatirasi sure. Tiri mhuri pamwe chete ndizvo takangorespondawo zvangopera zvikadaro. Watondiudzawo nenhamo dzababa mukuru akashaya nezuro. Tikatobatawo maoko tokosvapira zvikadaro.
Aiwa vakagona.
Saka vakakupa inamba yemwana wavo kuti shoni muitire reach out kuna Debra.
Yes. Yes. Vanga vandipana.
Makatomufonera?
Handina.
Mukati mamufonera. Okay.
Handina.
Alright.
Ndichamufonera zvangu. Tichida kumbonzoka kuna ivo tiknikikiri.
Havana kupika ndezi?
Kuna babu na pasa havana kupika pamwe vari kuchechi.
Hello?
Pamwe vari kuchechi. Pamwe vari kuchechi. Tichagosiya. But try kuvaedha futi one more time Tony. Tinenge tanonokawo kuvafonera. Nditanga vati masikati tinenge tanonokawo kuvafonera. Hello, ndiri kunzwa? Imbotoya kuvaedha futi Tony. Because iri kutodhabutika zvavo. Esi rutendo gracious. Saka kuna kana anyone from the husband's side akubata or anything. Yvonne. Oh, I'm speaker. Yvonne.
Yes.
Akuna anyone from the husband's side akubata so far.
From the husband's side? Fine. From my husband's side.
And ndingobvunza kuti handizi kuti in case pamwe maybe ndingokataura nawo something.
Aiwa, hapana tambondifonera kana kunyora message hapana.
Okay. Pamwe vatove kumaservice. Zato ipast 6 ku Africa guides. Past 6 or to 7. 47 saka koma maservice mascat saka tinogona kwabata mangwana mascat futi vane vari kuchechi sandi vanopeshisha venopera rini inopera nguva ndechiyo
yekuti chechi kati chechi inopera na 12 inogona kuenderera, it depends on the message. Inogona kana na 2 kana na 3, it depends. Saka pana time chechi yakutinopera nguva
sasita kuti zvabata vanheru zuva roviri because at least ukaenda kuSouth Africa zvinonanisha unotsvaga basa chero remumba shamwari izvi zvokuti wakambogara life yakanaka ukazodinisha life inofanana neseason inouya ichidarika, winter inouya yodarika, topinda musama unenge wakuitira vana vako sha. Kune vakawanda vakanga vakatorwa nemazi big business men zvokutoti pavakafa maproblems akatanga vakazvirijusa kuenda kunopinda kunoshanda chekuti kuti vana vakwanise kurarama. Senge unotora nemasouth African papers achona andiona unogona kuti unotsvaga basa kana pai kana kunocleana kana pai kuti ukwanise kungorarama vana vaende kuchikoro chete.
But I mean, my South African brothers, at
least the pastor is here.
Okay.
Good evening, Pastor. I hope we are not disturbing you. How are you?
I'm alright. How are you?
I'm okay. Right. Sorry for calling you a little bit late. I was actually tied up as well. We just thought of trying it. Maybe you come in or not. So I am with Sister Yvonne here, former Yvonne here. As she requested that I must be there when she wants to speak to you when we are having this dialogue. So yeah, Sister Yvonne, I'm with the pastor here. You can talk to the pastor if you've got anything that you want to say to the pastor.
Good evening, Pastor Boniface. You know, Sister Melly, there's nothing much that I wanted to say to Pastor Boniface. But you remember on Wednesday when we spoke, when you called him for the first time, you are the one that was saying that I should speak to Pastor Boniface, and then I will let you know what we have spoken about. So my own request was just like, if I have to speak to him, because I just thought to myself, okay, maybe you can also be there in whatever me and Pastor Boniface are going to discuss or whatever we need to talk about.
No, I don't have a problem. But now the thing is, like Yvonne, when I spoke to Pastor Boniface on Wednesday, Pastor Boniface was even surprised that you are no longer staying at Sister who? Dibanye? Who? Inca, that sister. He was surprised because you, I think, as you made from the first time as the arrangement was made that you go and stay with this family friend, even when you moved from here, I think you were supposed to tell the pastor, since he was involved from the word go, to say, Pastor, this is what is happening here. So I have moved. This is where I am. Because he was very much shocked to hear from me that you are in Ghana and you are with the kids. And the kids are not even going to school. You are stuck in Ghana. He was very much shocked. Hence, probably maybe you hear his voice. His voice is very low. You can pick up the energy in him that he is. I don't know whether I'm wrong or right, but I've got this of like, sensing and, reading, people's attitude. You can actually hear from her that is not actually 100% happy with whatever that happened before. Okay. Did you tell him that you moved from the place that they took you to?
I did forward him a message before I left the house, because what actually happened is that it was first week of December 2022. Inka came back from her shop, from her business, and then we're inside the kitchen. Then she told me that, Mommy Ike, I, Inka, have tried as a woman. I've tried for you as a woman. Your time is up here in my house. That it is time for you, Mommy Ike, to go and possess your possession. And I asked her, what do you mean by possess my possession? She said, it is time for me to go and take over the 6 flats that my husband built in Oka. That is what Inka told me. So when the husband came back, he was not aware. Or I don't know if she mentioned to him that she had spoken to me, but when Yinka mentioned those things to me, that it was just so harsh to me anyway for her to say that to me, because I didn't know the agreement that was made in the group. Do you understand? I never knew that the agreement maybe was for the children to come maybe and just enter school in Yinka's house for one term, and then after that Yinka will now say maybe we must move to Oka to go and take over the house that my late husband built in Oka. I didn't know that. So when the husband came, I was very much hurt with whatever Yinka had said, and I told him, okay, I was going to leave the next day. And he said to me, no, I must not leave. He wants to go and he will try and raise some funds for me. But me knowingly fully, because I'm staying in the house and I've heard him making several calls already that week, I heard him making some calls. He didn't have enough money on him. He was even also trying to borrow money. I think it was for his business or something. So I knew fully that he doesn't even have money even to go maybe to try and run around and raise funds for me. To be like I'm burdening him. So that is why I had to leave Yinka's house, because of what she had already said to me.
So you were not chased away from the house. You decided to live on your own, my sister.
No, it's not like I was not chased. It's not like I was not chased. She asked me, she told me, as she's the woman of the house, she told me that my time is up in the house, that I should go and possess my possession, that she has tried for me as a woman.
No, I thought I heard you saying, I thought I heard you saying that I told her that I'm going, and she said, no, don't go. Let me try to raise funds for you.
No, the husband, I spoke to the husband the next day. The husband, I told him that I was going to leave because of what Yinka, the wife, had already told me. Because I was very hurt with the words that Yinka spoke to me that night.
Pastor, please, can you please lighten your heart a little bit, Pastor? We are your children now, and we do make mistakes. We do some other things that may not make you happy, but we are still your children. Please, can you please lighten your heart a little bit, Pastor? Because I can see that he's not happy. I don't know with what. So let's hear from him. Actually, from my side anyway, there's no clarity, but remember, Yvonne wanted to speak to you since I came to you after she gave me your number, and I presented a story to you, and you say to me that you are still deciding on what to do and see how you can help her with the kids, because she is stuck there in Ghana. So when she requested that she wants to speak to you, but she just wants me to be there, you know, I said I saw nothing wrong with that. That's why I had to come and be here. But okay, let me not say but I don't know. Yvonne, let me just be open. Were you not did this the decision that you took, was it not a rational decision? Was it not an emotional decision that you made? Just to say, because I'm told the madam of the house is saying your time is up, you need to go and possess your things. And she knew very well that you've got your husband's properties in Nigeria. Was that statement, was it wrong, the statement to say you have to go and possess? Like, was she not encouraging you as a woman to go and stand up, you know, for yourself, to go and possess what your husband's, you know, had? I don't know. Was it
Okay, maybe, yes, you can say it like that, but the problem is that my late husband's brother, especially the last born, Donatus, he was the one already developing that place, and as he was developing that place, so much problem and so much tension, and I didn't want to go through that whole tension thing and making problem, because he was already selling some plots of land that my husband acquired and trying to fix the place so that they can put tenants in the house. And I was not even included in all the decisions and everything that they were making there. So it was, for me, it looked like it's not going to be right for me just to appear and say, okay, I've come to possess my position, what my husband left. When they're already making plans for the place, I don't know. I was not even told about the plans. I was not even told about the selling of plots of land. I was only contacted by one of my late husband's friends from Canada when he wanted to buy 2 plots of land. He said he will not buy without my Ike, which is me, my Ike's consent, and my son, Ikechuku, without our consent of him selling the plots of land to him. That is when I was only contacted to approve of him selling 2 plots of land to go and finish up whatever needed to be finished up in the 6 flats. That's the only time I was contacted. Otherwise, all the planning that were made in the place, I was not aware of any plans. So it was not going to be right for me to go and say I've come to possess, to take one of the flats and stay there with my children and put tenants and stay there. I don't know. That's how I felt.
Okay, but since the part from the word go, everything was when everything was planned for you to go to Nigeria with the kids, the pastor, you went to the pastor, right? That was the right channel for the pastor to be your intermediator. After everything that has been happening there, that your brothers, your husband's brother was selling this plot of lands and was building on the flats that are supposed to be your children's, because that is Ikechuku's flats, right? Did you go back to the pastor and let him know that's exactly what is happening? Because I believe the pastor was like an intermediator between what was between you and the husband's family. Because those flats, I don't know the culture anyway, but from what I know, we are all blessed, and they belong to the children of the deceased. Did you go back to the pastor so that the pastor maybe may try and knock sense into your brother's younger brother?
Well, there's a time when I mentioned to Pastor Bonnie about whatever Donatus was up to and all the things that were happening, and he said he was going to reach through to Donatus and talk to him. But I didn't hear much about that after that time, so I just didn't want to mind it so much, and then I just left it like that. Because I think there's a time when I reached out and I was telling him, okay, he's selling the plots of land, this and this, and I was updating him. Even there's another brother also that we used to go to church with. He's in Nigeria now, he's now based in Lagos, Brother Michael. He's also my other witness that I will tell him also that Donatus, I heard he's selling 2 plots of land, I heard he's selling the 3rd plot of land, now the 4th plot of land is now selling the 5th. He's the one that I used to communicate also most with, and tell him what was happening in whatever Donatus was doing.
No, so I don't know the other brother, but I know of Dr. Boniface, because from the word go, when you went to Nigeria, when you told me the story, you said the Pastor Boniface is the one who was the intermediator between you and the family, and so I expected, anyway, if you say you told him, because I expected for you to go back to him and say, this is what is happening with my brother's younger brother, my husband's younger brother. He's selling my plot of lands, and then he would knock sense to say, guys, this is so wrong, even in the eyes of God. We are Christian, right? We are children of God. We don't take things that does not belong to us. Yes, he was your brother, but when it comes to those, I think even the Nigerian culture, the Igbo culture would actually agree to say these things are for the kids, because right now you wouldn't be suffering, with the kids when their father had properties, and now even you can't speak to the husband's brother for you to say, I'm stuck here, but they are collecting money from the businesses. I don't know. I felt like you should have told, go back to Pastor Boniface and told him everything. And as a man of God, he knows what the Bible says. He knows what God says about being greedy, about these kind of things. God does not want to see orphans crying. God does not want to see widows. He's a God of widows. He's a God of orphans. I'm sure he was going to do something about it. But I don't know. Let's hear from Pastor Boniface. And now, anyway, can you please tell him exactly what you want, so that he will tell us if he's going to help, or he can help, or the way forward. Because right now he's just here. You requested for this. He doesn't know exactly what you want from him.
Okay. Yes, only what I just wanted to ask is he able to help with the way forward, because we need to leave this place? Because why I ended up coming to Ghana, like I said to you before, Sister Melly, because the rent because I don't have, my late husband didn't have any house in Lagos where I was in Lagos, and the house rents in Lagos, they are very high. So as I met a friend in church in Nigeria, in Lagos,
Can I correct you, my sister Yvonne? Can I correct you?
Yes.
Can I correct you? I think right now, the stage that we are, you need to start by apologizing to Pastor Boniface. He was your pastor who was involved from the word go, right? And you made some decisions without telling him, right? For you to end up being in Ghana, he only heard it from other people. He did not hear from you. So, I don't know. Me also as a Christian and as a sister, as a mature somebody, I think you jumped the protocol for you to just go and say, is he able to help? Without even apologizing for, jumping the protocol as he was involved from the word go. I think that would be like as if we are commanding because he's a man of God. We start by apologizing and then we go to the point.
Okay. All right, Sister Melly, I've heard you. But, Sister Melly, I have something also to say on that matter first. With all due respect to Pastor Boniface, yes, because he was very, very close to my late husband. But when I moved and started staying in Yinka's house, I never heard from Pastor Boniface checking up on us and the children. Even Yinka herself, if she really wants to tell the truth before God and man, she can testify to that. She was then saying to me, the person that I'm more disappointed with is Pastor Bonnie, because he has never checked up on people. Because there's a time when I did not even have money to buy things for the children for their lunch boxes in school. But he never checked up on us or reached out to us. The whole 4 months of the 5 months that September, October, November, December, the 4 months that I stayed in Yinka's house, I'm the one that used to even look for him. Sometimes he'll not pick the calls, sometimes he'll return the calls, maybe he'll be busy or something. But for him to at least check up on us, even I was promised to be given monthly, they promised me to be giving me money monthly for the upkeep of the children, which is their lunch boxes, because Yinka said I did not sign up for that. I only signed up to keep you in my house and to give you food. But as for what the children will carry to school or any funds that are needed in school, I did not sign up for that. That is for you. So there's a time I actually ran out. I did not even have any money. And it was Yinka that came up with the money and gave me money to go and buy foodstuffs for the children to be carrying to school. I felt very burdened. It was a big burden to me. That, okay, the people that sent me here, they're not even checking up on me. They don't even ask me, how are you? How is the children? Are you all fine? Is everything okay? It was very painful for me. I will not lie to you. So for me taking decisions on my own, I felt so abandoned. You cannot blame me on that. I felt very abandoned. Even the children, if you speak to Victoria right now, she'll tell you, her family has abandoned her. Nobody cares. Only God is caring for us. I'm an orphan. My children are fatherless. I'm a widow. Nobody cares. Everybody just abandoned us. So as I was taking decisions, I felt so abandoned, so lost, so alone. That is how I felt. Because nobody was checking up on me while I was in Nigeria. So I thought, okay, God, it's me and you. I even told God, it's me and you. I've got nobody else. My mother is late. My father is late. My husband is late. I've got nobody. Even my brothers and sisters, yes, they were calling me, checking up on me, but they are working on salaries. Beauty has a salary. Akin has a salary, my brother. When their salary comes, they've got families. They've got this and this bills to pay. Bills are paid monthly in South Africa. So sometimes they will help. Sometimes they'll tell you, I cannot help, I don't have. Or bills were choking me. I had to pay this one, I had to pay this one. At the end of the day, I will not have. So that's how I felt. I felt so abandoned, my sister. I will tell you the truth. I will not lie about that one. It was just me and God.
Do you want me to tell you the truth as well, my sister? Because we are three here. Yes. We've got the men of God. Yes. We've got you. We've got me. Do you want me to tell you the truth?
Yes, sister.
According to, I want you to answer me straight away. Do you think Pastor Boniface it was his duty to call you every time and check on you? Do you think he was obliged to do that?
No.
So why are you angry at him?
I'm not angry at him. I said I just felt so abandoned and lost. I'm not angry at him.
Did you ever, is there a time whereby you sent him a message and he did not respond?
Oh, I didn't send him a message. I used to just try and call.
I want to help you. You are my sister, right? I don't know Pastor Boniface.
Okay.
You are my sister. I want to help you. Do you know the meaning of the word pastor or bishop or whatever? Do you know what it means? Do you know? Do you know how many people he deals with per day? Well, let me tell you, a bishop, a pastor is like a dustbin, a rubbish bin, a public toilet. Whoever has got a problem any day of the time, any minute, any time, they pick up their phone and they call this man of God. Just like what we did here. We didn't give him an appointment of past 6 or past 7. No. He said in the afternoon. But because I was tied up, we had just to try and call him this time. He had to pick up. Right? And after this, probably he's having other calls of other people right now who are calling him as well, want to speak to him. We all have problems, right? In the church, there are people with problems. They call him anytime. And sometimes if you don't go back to him, you might feel that I'm lost, I'm not... How big is the church? You've been to the church. How big is the church?
It's been years since I was in the church, so I don't know. Like,
when you left the church, how big was it?
It was, yes, there was a lot of members there. Yes.
Right. Imagine a lot of members, all those members, any one person, they go with their problems to him. They need prayers, they need counseling, they need this. And you are a child, like he's your father, spiritually, right? You are a child.
Yes.
Was it not just fair even to put a message, Pastor Boniface, how are you? We are still here. This is what I'm going through, just to let him know. Because I don't think he was obliged just to call up and check on you every time. He's a leader. He leads so many people that looks up to him, that are waiting for him to pray for him, that are waiting for him for counseling and stuff like that. So I feel like you've got a sense of entitlement, my sister, that is in you, of which right now you are the one with the problem, right? You are the one with the problem. We need Pastor Boniface's help right now. So some of the things that happened, like for you really to say, I felt abandoned, like if you had sent him messages and he would ignore them, that's when I was just going to go to Pastor Boniface and say, Pastor, but you are the father. Why would you ignore your child when you knew exactly that she was somewhere very far and she was in the middle of a jungle? You know, but now I did ask you a question. Did you send him a message anyway to say, Pastor, how are you? Or any kind of message? You said you didn't. You were waiting for him to contact you. I don't think, according to me, honestly speaking, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong as well. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Because right now we are coming with humility to the man of God, to your pastor. Because you need help to come back to go to Africa with the kids. Right? You are stuck there. The kids are hungry. And I don't think even after hearing your story, he was able to have, you know, peaceful nights, peaceful sleep at night. Because after hearing that you guys are stuck, the kids, so the other kid was sick, the kids are not even, because I told him exactly what I saw when you did a video call. I don't think he was, you know, if true, honestly speaking, the man of God, you'll be very troubled to say, what is going on there? And now for us to involve him here and for you to say, I'm disappointed because he was not, he never sent me, I felt, I don't think, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Pastor, anything your daughter is saying? Can you mute your phone, favor? Mute your phone.
Okay, I must mute myself.
Because you're making noise.
Okay.
Can you please mute yourself? she came to Cape Town. I remember that at the heat of the whole challenge, I personally offered that now you are not working. While we are dealing with this, I am burdened that some kids are at home. They are not going to school for whatever reason. I remember that I suggested as a single mother that is not working, can we maybe make arrangements to stay with your daughter, who is now the older one among the two, so that she can be going to school where my kids are going to school, so that everybody else can focus attention on taking care of the younger one, because we may not get it's painful to me that some of these children will be staying at home and they are not going to school. I am not rich. I'm a missionary in a strange land, serving the Lord with all my heart. God knows my own struggles and the challenges, personal and for the people that are under my leadership in different dimensions and capacities. But whatever the situation is, it pains my heart to hear that some little kids are at home and they are not going to school. I say to you, worst case scenario, while you are not working, that was ever before the Nigerian plan was made. Can we maybe have Kiki stay with us? She can manage to endure that for a while we know that we are now focusing on you and Durban, that it may be easier. Wherever my family is sleeping, she will eat with us. If we are fasting, she will know we are fasting. If we don't have food, she will know that our family don't have food. I cannot put separation between my children and Sonny's children. You told me that you don't want to divide the two of them, that you want to keep the two of them together. I consider that maybe that is the emotion of a mother, and those kids are what you are holding on to at this point. So I wouldn't want to argue with you over that for too long. But instead of keeping these kids, we might try that out and see how that plays out. I'm saying this to say that whatever that came to the point where we are needing and intermediators to be able to have conversation with you is an indication that there is a problem. Considering how we all started bearing this burden that came as a result of the passing of our brother. The steps that I take personally in this process, I take it before God and before man, and everyone who is taking steps on this whole process, to the best of my knowledge, is taking it because of the relationship they had with you, and especially with your husband. Most of the people who are involved in this process, you know that they are not your husband's biological family, including me. So whatever we are doing, there are certain extents that we cannot go when it comes to family now sitting down and discussing as family, they can only get me involved on the ground of the fact that I am a pastor. But when family and kinsmen want to sit down and discuss as family and kinsmen, my relationship does not get to that level. So there are extents that I cannot go because I am not family, biologically speaking. I'm not even kinsmen. But I cannot sit down in one day and forget who your late husband was in the days of his life. And none of the men that Sonny encountered will easily forget who he was to them. And that maybe I will be able to talk to you for the first time because you brought a sister of yours. That's supporting you for your sake. Maybe I've never spoken to you like this before because I don't want to sound harsh on a woman that is mourning. But today we are speaking to the hearing of your sister. And even without me knowing that you were part of this meeting last week, earlier this week, I refuse to go into details because I consider that as family to respect you. But can I say this to you? To the hearing of somebody who is more of your sister than mine. There are certain things you need to sit down on your own and address and redress about how to live life. This surface that we are scratching, we may scratch it, and if we don't deal with the reality, we will find ourselves here few months down the line. You, that is Yvonne, you need to sit down and address your life and redress things you need to address. The fact that people stood up to support because of their relationship first and foremost with your husband and by extension with you does not give you some entitlement to disrespect people. Nobody may be able to do this the way I'm telling you now. And I have never told you because I don't want it. But now, in the presence of your sister, whether this is a court or social workers, whatever it is, it's important that you hear. There are things I will still not say to her hearing. But when I need to talk to you alone, I'm ready now to talk to you. There are things I may not want to say in this company, but when I want to talk to you now, I will. All this story of that you are just garnishing now, when you are ready to talk, you open your ears. And the first thing I want to do is because even if we gather 3 million rands or 300 million rands dealt with in your life, we will come back to where we are now again. Few months down the line, if it is going to get 2 months. We cannot continue to lament. Life is not in our hands. Sonny is gone. We can't bring him back. But the children he left behind and the wife he left behind, everybody desire that if it were possible, may you and your children not find yourselves that you have found yourself now. And bringing money together at this point may be a momentary relief that may not solve this problem at the long run. So, thank you once again, Sister Melly, mediating between me and my brother's wife, my late brother's wife. The question that clearing it off will help me to know the extent to which I would be able to talk. Something to mediate between, in a conversation between me and you. Why do we need to have Sister Smelly in this conversation? I want you to explain that to me. Then it will help me to know the extent to which I will go. How deep I will go in this conversation. Because I know there are depths. That at this time, I want to handle those depths so that we can.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Need to have a mediator.
Yeah.
For me and you to have conversation. Explain that to me.
Right, Sister Yvonne, that is for you. Thank you very much, Pastor Boniface. Thank you for asking questions and for what you said. I could hear the pain in your voice. Thank you very much, Yvonne.
I'm not hearing you at all.
Oh, you're not hearing me? Okay. I was saying thank you very much for addressing this and for asking a question. Can you hear? Yvonne? Okay, Yvonne, you can speak because he can't hear me. Can you speak you?
Sorry, I can speak.
Yes.
But I'm not hearing you.
Yes, you can speak, Yvonne. Let me mute it so that you can speak. It's your question.
Okay. Pastor Boniface, I would like to apologize to you if I have offended you in any way. Yes. You're not hearing me? But I'm not. Okay.
I think his phone has got a problem because we can hear him, but he can't hear us.
Oh, but we are hearing him.
Yeah. I think it's your problem, Vadona. Urukona Yvonne, ntukuzama kukonda nchizama kupa signal. Okay. Can you hear us now, Pastor?
Yes.
All right, Yvonne. This is I was saying thank you very much, Pastor, for asking this question. Yvonne, this question is for you. The pastor is saying, why did you involve an intermediator when you could have come and speak to me direct? And also, thank you very much, Pastor, for enlightening your heart by saying you are trying to do whatever that you are doing, at least to help a sister. There's so many things that are wrong here, and thank you for keeping that privacy again. Thank you very much, Father. I would like to really appreciate you on that one. Yvonne, you can now answer the pastor.
Okay, I have heard the question that you have asked. And I just want to say, before I say anything, In any way that I've offended you, Pastor Boniface, I am sorry. Please forgive me. In any way I've offended you knowingly or unknowingly, I am sorry. Please find it in your heart to forgive me. I just did not know how to talk to you because it's been a while since I've spoken to you, Pastor Boniface. So I just did not know how to talk to you because when Sister Melly spoke to you last time, she mentioned that the things that I said on her platform is not everything that I spoke about. That the thing goes much deeper than what I said. So she said, I must speak to you and then I'll come back to her. So on second thoughts, I just told Sister Melly, okay, is it possible we do a conference call between you and myself and Pastor Bonnie? And she agreed. That is why we're having this conference call. That's all, Pastor Bonnie.
Okay, thank you for the clarification. When you moved from Adeyinka's place, you went to the church in Nigeria. The synagogue church is, I don't know, I think that was where I was told that you went to. And you disconnected from everyone. Okay, I don't know how many people, but at least from me. And you moved as far as relocating from, you left the house. We all agreed that you are going to when you left South Africa. You went to a place of your own choice and decision. It was not the same people that agreed with you to travel to Nigeria. None of them were part of the decision to move to your new location. Not me that set up the group and gathered everyone. You went to the extent that you decided that you are also leaving Nigeria to another country. And me, it was not anywhere, it didn't enter my ear. I have spoken to your husband's family, few of the person that I spoke to, and we haven't had a conclusive conversation though, but it was not your agreement with any of them to leave Nigeria and move to Ghana. We are not talking about that you moved from one city in Nigeria to another city. We are talking about that you left the Nigeria that we all agreed when you left South Africa. You went to Ghana because according to what you are telling me to the hearing of your sister here, the rent in Lagos was high. Lagos being the commercial hub of Nigeria, the rent was more. Yet your husband has blocks of flat in the capital city of his state. So, Lagos rent was high. Anambra State, where you don't have to pay rent, was there. It was not a discussion. It was not a consideration. You took, whether you got visa or anyhow is it that you traveled, you took the children that we all sat and agreed and left not just a city, but the country to another country, disconnected from the people that you had the agreement with. I know the last conversation that I had with you while you were still in Adenka's house. I know the last conversation I had with her. You took your kids to Ghana, a different country altogether. And the only time that I am hearing the way the state where you are now is because you are in an unfavorable situation. Between you and me, you cannot be very sincere with me that the only reason you left to Ghana was because the rent was cheaper. What was the plan you have in mind of how to be getting that cheap rent and be taking care of your children in Ghana if you could not take care of them in Nigeria under your own house or any arrangement? Jude lives in Lagos. Ngozi lives in Lagos with her husband. Your brother's immediate younger brother has a house in Lagos. But for some beautiful reason of rent, you left to Ghana. Ghana, not that you moved to Enugu, not that you moved to Abuja, not to Warri, not anywhere around, not back to the South Africa that we agreed with you. Some good angels who are far better than all of us demons and devils. Because I know the last message you left for me, and I know what I had from Adenka, and I don't know, but I heard how the departure was. Some good angel convinced you beyond the voice of everyone who stood with you all these years to go to Ghana. You that is hearing me now, you know what was in your mind when you left to Ghana. And if it had been exactly the way you had it in your mind when you left to Ghana, we won't be talking, we won't be having this conversation. The only reason we are having this conversation is that that plan eventually did not continue to favor you. Anyways, to an extent, your sister had spoken to you to observe and listen and see everybody's reasoning. And I think she has spoken to you based on the conversations that we can have with her and in her company. She has spoken to you, I think, like someone who has some level of maturity in life and spirituality. So I wouldn't want to go back repeating some of the things that she has said. We are here now. You said your kids, they don't go to school. And you are in a bad state. Okay, so what I think, this is not good. Thank you, Jesus.
Amen.
Dear Lord Jesus. What I think I will first need to again understand. You're welcome. I'll first need to again understand what do you want at this stage. What exactly do you want? So that I will know what I am. Let me hear from you.
Yvonne, there's your question. There's your question, Yvonne. The pastor is asking, what exactly do you want, so that you can see how to go about it. Can you please answer him?
Sorry, I was on mute. Sorry. I forgot I had muted myself. I don't. Oh, God. Just needed help to move from here to go back to my country. I actually don't want even to go back to South Africa. I prefer going back maybe to Zimbabwe because I don't know. Oh God.
Okay, so please, as much as I am not going to, like I've said earlier, not going to go into some dimensions of this conversation for family reasons. When you moved to Ghana, was there a plan you have in mind? Let me be asking before your sister. At least these are peripheral part of the questions. Was there a plan you have in mind, even if it is to be paying that cheap rent and be taking care of the kids you are with? Was there a plan you have in mind that I'm going to Ghana? This is how I'm going to be getting my house rent. This is how I'm going to be taking care of these kids, both their schools and their feedings, and this is how I'm going to be taking care of my own life. And this is the plan to move forward my life and the kids that are with me. Were there some plans?
When I moved to Ghana, I had some money with me, so I actually managed to pay rent upfront for a year. And my plan, I had reached out to my brother who is in America to try and help me with money for flight tickets to go back to South Africa. And he had said that he can only manage to help me with half of the money. And Akim, my brother, must bring half of the money also to join with whatever he brings, half for our flight tickets back to South Africa. But I couldn't continue staying in Lagos because when I moved around in Lagos checking with the agents for the house agents, the money they were talking about, it was a lot. So that's why I ended up coming to Ghana, because I had already paid for 1 year's rent when I came down to Ghana. So with the money that I had with me, I was hoping that I would find maybe something to do, a business, or look for work, if I can find work, and look for a school to put the children. But only coming to Ghana because it's not the capital city where I am, so it's not the place where I am. They don't have much jobs coming. I only found out when I came here. They don't have that much jobs. Yes, jobs are there, but they don't have. And most of the time, the challenge is the language anyway. So, yeah, so it didn't work out for me to find a job. And even the business I was hoping maybe I'll start something with the money I had at hand, it didn't go well. So I ended up being sent money for feeding with either Akim or Beauty or Miracle. They used to help me with our money for feeding. And that money, most of the time, is not enough for me to say, let me put the children in school, because the government schools here are not that good. So it's only the private that is much better, but I cannot manage to take the money that they send us for the food and pay also for their school fees.
Okay. I hear what you said. So, going to Ghana, the person that told you the rent was cheaper, there was no plan for sustainability. It was just that the rent was cheaper. And maybe you were going to find them. Okay. So, the reason I asked the question about Ghana, the vision, the plan, is that now again, we are talking about money to take the kids and go back to Zimbabwe. What is the plan? If you go back to Zimbabwe from Ghana, how does that solve the problem of sustainability for you and the kids? And that some issue will continue to be deep. How does going to Zimbabwe take care of that question of sustainability?
I don't have a plan yet, Pastor Bonnie, to say, okay, this is what I'll do when I get to Zimbabwe for sustainability. But it's just my brother that is staying in Cape Town. He was just worried about me coming back to Cape Town, because he was mentioning to me just 2 days ago. He actually even sent me a link of the problem with the new government, what's it called? The Immigration, Home Affairs Minister, all the things that he has implemented and the new technologies they are using to interrogate people with South African documents. So he was even actually asking me, is it the best way for you to come back to South Africa, because he needs me to be safe. He was even asking me, do you have a Zimbabwean passport? I told him I don't have one. So I think that's just what made me now just to decide, is it not better I go to Zimbabwe? But I don't have a plan yet of what I will do to sustain me and the children and put them in school for upkeep. I don't have that yet. Because even coming to South Africa, another problem is the matric certificate that I mentioned before in the group that I don't have because of the language I didn't write. So that's another challenge. Yes, I can find house jobs like what Sister Melly was saying, but the problem is that I don't want to come there and enter into problem because of the documents, of the South African documents that I have. So I think that's just another thing that I don't want to put myself into trouble. Yeah.
Okay. I have heard what you explained. Yeah.
Sorry, Pastor, I'm going to cut you. And another thing also, I don't want to have a place for me where I can say I'm going to South Africa and stay in this place, because Green Beauty doesn't have a place to accommodate me and the children. So yes, that's another thing that I wanted to say. Even if I were to come to South Africa, that's yeah, yes, that's what I just wanted to say.
Okay. It's okay. I've had you. I've heard the things you were saying. You know that before the situation of things got worse in Johannesburg, before you even came down to Cape Town, when we were all done with the burial of your husband and some things were coming up, there was some advice that I gave to you. And the anchor for those advice, I said, tomorrow is still very far. Tomorrow is still very far. And whatever that you may have now with the kids, whatever your late husband might have left for you, in order to avoid coming to a point where we will begin to say that Sunni children are begging for food and they are not going to school, I want you to carefully handle this side like this, handle this side like this, let this one be this way, let this one be the other way. But things got the way it got, and I'm also trying to avoid any blame games. Can you leave yourself, please? Leave yourself.
Okay, sorry.
I'm trying to avoid any blame games, but we cannot repeat errors. If some things were done erroneously, if we repeat it, we will get the same result. The major two things I said when I was telling you, this one, this one, this one, that time you were still in Johannesburg. The shops were still there. The cars were still there. Maputo, Johannesburg, all of that were still there. The two reasons I gave was, let's do everything to avoid coming to a point where we are saying that some children are begging for food and there's no money to go to school. That was ever before it came to that stage in Johannesburg. And finally to Cape Town, and finally to Nigeria, and finally to Ghana. We cannot rush into another quick decision under the pressure that things are no longer working out. You know how long we all deliberated. You told me your fears. You told me your fears. And that was when Adeyinka stepped in to say, all right, I hear your fears. Come to my house. And I also understand, I hear what you were saying, that Ade was telling you that the burden was coming much on her shoulders. I hear that, and I understand what you are saying there. But it was a collective decision after much deliberations that moved you down to Nigeria. Under every circumstance, it would have been better that, to an extent, at least 2 or 3 of the people who were part of the decision to go back to Nigeria would have been part of the decision to go back to Ghana. I am not answering your pastor. Let me be blunt before your sister. I am not answering your pastor. You know that I am not your pastor. You have not, you don't, at least, you don't, you know that you are not calling me your pastor. So I'm not assuming the position of your pastor in this conversation. You know that, you made that clear to me. I am stepping in when you have problem that no one else can respond to deal with. I step in on the ground of relationship. So when your sister is rebuking you for how you did that, you are not handling, you didn't handle things well with pastor. Well, I am a pastor, but I know you made it clear to me that I am not your pastor, and I am not struggling to assume that position in your life. I think it's important we make that very clear. If I am your pastor and you take me as your pastor, whether from a distance or from a close range, it will be a different case altogether. But I know you made it clear what is your stand in terms of the pastoral relationship. So I'm stepping in again on this, on the ground of the relationship, family relationship we all have. Not that I'm trying to force to myself that I am your pastor. I know I am not your pastor. It's important to be blunt about that. So I am not demanding certain loyalty that I know I don't deserve because I'm not your pastor. But on the same ground of the relationship that made me to step in, and we put plans in place. on that same ground of relationship. What I am suggesting at this point is I have started engaging your husband's family. I'm sure you know that Ngozi passed away, and I'm sure you know that Ike speaks to you. I spoke with Ike not long ago. Now, we are going to discuss. We are going to discuss. Even this afternoon, I was talking with them, but they were in different meetings, so we couldn't go to a finalizing point.
Shakira. 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 Shakira.
I will press on with the family first.
Shakira.
That this is
Shakira.
the report.
Come here.
Which I have tabled before them. That you have analyzed everything, and you are thinking that the best option is to go back to Zimbabwe with Chichi and Chip.
Kelly.
I will want to hear from them, which they have not outrightly. We are still discussing, and that is why I asked you the question of why plans, purpose in the return to Ghana, and now why purpose, plans in your journey to Zimbabwe, so that I will also be able to table it that way before them. And try to reason it out with them. And hear clearly what they will have to say, because they must make their own stand clear about what they want, and all of you will have a level of agreement on the way forward, because you are the mother of the kids. They are the family of their late father. So whether they are going to be involved directly or indirectly in the sponsorship of any decision that you made, it's important that they will see that both parties will agree that this is what we want to do. It's important that both parties will agree that this is what we want to do. And when you agree as a family, then I will go beyond the family level of the conversation to speak to everyone who, I can use the word, a stakeholder, everyone who is a concerned, and everyone who was involved on the ground of different kinds and levels of relationship. I will now speak to them about the sponsorship of the decision, whether it is a decision to go to Zimbabwe or to go to South Africa or to go to Nigeria, or whether enticing, whether that is still holding. When we agree on which is the best, and it has to be agreement, I would not want to get involved in sponsoring your decision alone that does not have the consent of your children's family, father's family. I would not want to be part of that sponsorship. I wouldn't want to be part of that mobilization. The family has to come to a consensus. The family has to come to an agreement. Whoever hurt anybody in the past, if they hurt you, or they hurt or you hurt them, for the sake of, if not for any other thing, for the sake of the children, you will all have to put aside whatever is the hurt and whatever is the offense. Mend defenses, forgive each other, and agree on the way forward. And when that way forward is agreed upon, the people will now get involved on how to mobilize for to move forward. So those are the two things that I want to, if you agree, work on that. That if you remembered me and you decided to speak to me, whichever means you chose to reach me, but at the end of the day, you reached me, and I'm glad you did. Happy that I know your whereabouts. From now, the two things I am proposing is the same way you've reached me. I am busy. I'm in talks with your husband's family. All of us will now discuss on the way forward. And when a consensus, when an agreement is reached on what will be the best way forward for the best interest of the kids, and if we cannot control your interest, the world is ruled by interest. Everyone has their interests. You have your interest, your husband's family have their interests. So where we have clash of interest on both sides, we will consider the interest of the kids. I cannot tell you that I want to say what God wants to do. You don't take spiritual instruction from me, so I'm not going to impose any that this is what God is saying. That's the way I operate. I lead people who sit under my leadership, and I don't force leadership on people. So, if you come to a point of agreement with your husband's family, then we will involve the people and see how to raise funds to support and to sponsor the direction that both parties agreed upon. So for this night, that would be my proposal. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pastor. Sorry to take you aback. I just need to ask something, if you will permit me. I heard you kept on saying, I'm not your pastor. I'm not your pastor. You made it clear to me that I'm not your spiritual father. How did she say that in her own words or with her own mouth? Or how then did we end up being with you on this call? I'm quite confused on that one. Thank you.
We may not start going going into some detailed discussion about this, but Yvonne knows that we are not on this call on the ground that I am happy. If you ask her if she needs to speak to a pastor, that is her pastor. If this call is for her pastor, she knows who to call.
Sure.
So this conversation is not on the ground that I am her pastor. If I become her pastor tomorrow, we will know that one. But at this point, she knows that this conversation is not on the ground that I am her pastor. Okay, so I think it's better we leave it at that level. And she understands what that means. All right.
Now, okay. No, thank you very much, Pastor. Yvonne, I think we have heard from the pastor what he has said. Anything to say before he goes? Because I think we have been with him for the longest of time, and you have heard everything that he has said. That most of the things that he said to me, it made sense. Actually, it made sense. I don't know to you, but if you want to think critically, you can see that what he's saying somehow, everything that he said is true. So I don't know if you've got something to say, Yvonne, before the pastor drops.
Hello. Oh, okay, yes. Pastor Bonnie, I just want to appreciate your time and your message, everything that you've said. I appreciate. I've got nothing to add or remove. It is well. Thank you.
Okay. So thank you very much, Pastor. Let me talk to my sister here. Thank you very much, Pastor. Let me just talk to a sister to sister and point out some few things that I've noticed during your conversation. Thank you very much, Pastor. May God continue to use you and to bless you. By the way, I want to be your church member. I don't know how to go about it, but I'll be in Africa soon. I'll be coming to Cape Town, and I'm going to look for your church.
Thank you so much, sister, and thanks to Yvonne. I'm glad we had the conversation, hearing about them and hearing their whereabouts. I'm happy that that happened, and thank you for facilitating that. And we look forward to see how God helps us forward. Thank you very much.
No, thank you, Pastor. We'll just hear from you if there's anything. Thank you very much. But let me talk to you. If there is need for us to come back again, please, we are your children, and we sing sometimes knowingly and sometimes not knowingly. Allow us to come back again. Let me talk to my sister one-on-one, then we'll come back to you.
All right.
Thank you very much.
All right. Bless you all.
Bless you too, Pastor. Yvonne. Yvonne. Yvonne.
Sorry.
How old are you?
Yeah. I'm 40-something, Sister Mel.
40-something, Yvonne. I expected you to do better, honestly speaking. Hey, sisters, why did you tell the pastor that you are no longer my pastor? And here we are on him now, at him now.
I never opened my mouth, Sister Melly. As you were talking, as you asked that question, I was like, thank you, Sister Melly knew my mind. I never opened my mouth and say you are no longer my pastor. And that is where I was going with my late husband before we left Cape Town. That is where we've been going. So I don't know. I've never opened my mouth and said it.
Okay, maybe he felt that because of the quietness from moving to Nigeria to Ghana. Maybe he felt that. But Yvonne, the moment he spoke that, did you hear what he said? Anytime Pocha started to pastor Bako, I expected you to do pastor. But in Jimmy Pastor Pastor and you are my pastor, and I'm saying this with my mouth right now. You know, I expected you to do Jambe Papo. The share would say because Tilipa phone. Immediately, because he kept on repeating the same thing. You should have said that Pastor Avane Opa.
Sister Melly. I'm not so sure about Uncle so I'm not very, very sure because I can give you my numbers even that can tell you about Pastor Bonnie without me saying anything. For you so just hear who he is. I can give you Sister Lynn, she's from Zimbabwe. I can give you Papa Majiki, it's his brother from Anambra. I can give you Sister Zukiswa. They are all members of Grace of God before. They can tell you a bit about Pastor Boniface without me interfering.
So
you can just know.
So Pastor Boniface is not a good person.
Because I'm not saying it's not a good person now, but I just wanted you to at least move on a side of Pastor Boniface so that these people can just enlighten you. I'm not going to say much because he heard me already name some of the things that you were saying, which are untrue, but I'm not going to argue. That's why you saw me, I was just quiet. There is no need for me to argue or say much, but it is well. It is well.
But some of the things you could have argued, like you are to Tinyepera. You are number tower to the drunk when I don't know, or America. And I have Kumbira to any payment, but I don't half of the money. Vakumbira to brother and keep on half of the money. Sarapa Maria about 30,000, Marie Ripo, maybe 50,000, 20,000 to die shorter. How not that? Walk away that who that in a little way, Marie, who got 30,000.
That was 2022. That was 2022. 2022. It's a long time to Nigeria.
But it's still got brother of somebody who could see a Canona brother of Americans who see would be work out.
I got to the blocker because he said Aki Makaraba wouldn't half of the money. He actually blocked me. Because Akim didn't bring half of the money, so he was angry. Because it's not my real brother, and it's his stepbrother. It's my stepbrother. So he got angry with Akim. How can he say he cannot afford half of the money? And he got angry for that, and he just blocked me. And went away. That's it.
Pastor vataura kuti vakakudza muchiri ku South Africa vakakudza kuti iwewe ndogara newe chatinodya chodyiwa nevana vangu todya mwana wako musikana mukuru aiwa vachitaura palive vachitaura ipapa.
Beauty is my witness. Beauty is my witness. I tell my younger sister everything, and we were together in everything. So that is Pastor Bonnie, going to Pastor Bonnie, doing the calls, going to the meetings. She was there. You can call her right now.
No, and ndisikuda kuti ndikufanire but ndikutaura zvinhu zvavanga vachitaura iwe uripo and you kept quiet kuti ndakakudza kuti mwana wako musikana anoenda kuchikoro chinoenda mwana wangu iwe utogara tese todya hanzi iwo kati ndinogara nevana vangu vese vari 2 vanga vati mwana oenda kuchikoro kati ndogara.
He did not give me that offer. Beauty is my witness, and God is my witness too, and I will not use God's name in vain. He is my witness, God. He never said that to me. I will not play with God's name because I have a fear of God. He did not. Before God and man, he did not offer me that offer. So it is well. I'm for a reason because I don't like arguing. I don't like arguing anything. Without even argument with somebody. I just don't like. That's why I kept quiet. But it's okay. It is well.
Also, the pastor even said, "Guti, mota dise dzakasiwa shop wangaona ye ku Mozambique. Kwakuine zvinu murume wakachango found in South Africa, and he told you, "Guti, look, if you are not careful, andika zvinu zvichaparara ugotsudzika bekwa ndiri." Ndizvo vari vakatotaura pana vati, "Here we are. I said it when you still had all these things." But according to you, you are quite whether so kuti zvinhu zvese zvakapera pakarora murume because maitengesa.
Mota yakasiwa and mota dzakasiwa. But Sister Mary, I could not mention all those things. I didn't want to make the story long. You understand? Because kwankune COVID, I was not working. Shop yakavharwa. Shop yanandina yekuJoburg and renting some bags. It actually closed down. I didn't have the shop again. I sold the first car for our living. It doesn't know anything inside the house. That is what I was saying. Mana, Mukomana Mukora Ayenda couldn't do grade 12. He was doing grade 12. I paid the school fees from there. We pay every month school fees. That's why I just didn't want to make the short, but I sold 4 hours sustainability. It's not like Taka Shanta Marechina for any other dreams. It was just for our upkeep. Nevana.
No, I hear you.
That is it.
I hear you.
Because everything is very costly in South Africa because even rentation and flat owing. But they did not have, they did not, say, when I my charges or blacklist me, but I left the house even 7,000 owing because I couldn't pay the rent anymore. So I don't know, it's okay. As well.
No, I'm not arguing with you. No, that wouldn't tell you. Command him a paper. I will not have been South Africa in iPhone.
Sister Mary, interrogated because I'm going in the Katura 2001 ndanga muchabe pare kuchikoro one of the schools in Cape Town kwandegara location ndanga muchabe pare kuchikoro ikoko panenda kuHome Affairs because ndinogona kana chiro che South Africa anyway saka my brother ndiye tumwandichikiro musuno akasenda the link my mapepa inosati asi ekuti makabidzira makatuma kabhadhira munhu anything actually went kuHome Affairs kunotora because vandanga kuinterrogator saka mai akuvanonzani saka munobva kumusha kupi all that saka I don't want to go all through all that interrogation. So that's why I just said, okay, maybe it's better I stay away from South Africa. Not for good, but it can go towards it can go calmer down for the dust to settle. I can always go back later. But for now, maybe it's better I'm going to from there and then see what I can start doing. If I get money, if I start business, and then those maybe my plans I'm going to maybe move out of Africa by God's grace, it is fine. Because group like Pastor Bonnie said, Tony, which is my husband's cousin, Anton Tony Okonkwo, which is the same and the one I'm also answering for Okonkwo. He had promised to carry in Nigeria, Mosia Vana, Panago, Inca Katans, Nosira Vana, Anga Proms can make Vana settler, you come back and then Toku Gazrema Pevamenda to London, because my brother is there and the wife she's doing caregiving job, Menda Monotaranao, for the meantime, one of us and all that he had promised that. So it is well, the none of our looks up. Business tango or something, then if I one of my funds and then I put money together to travel out of Africa. That's what I was thinking.
But Chanduko Chilipo Panapa, my sister. Chanduko Chilipo Panapa. We need to go. You need to talk to the Pastor Uriwega. And to about Uriwega. Pastor, this is what something. I'm going to take my tickets, Pastor. Ukatana na wori we pastor ndati ndiwe ndindega sesha matawara pai nokuti imimi ndimi pastor ndo siva ndinamwe pastor ndinayi ndona admit inozati pawe pani pokuti voni tinobvuma kupusa kuti zvinhu zvibude. It's not always but tinoda ku argue kana kuita sei pamwe pacho tinobvuma kutopusa chete kuti zvedu zviti sei baba ndiyo one moment kuti tofuna kuti tibvume apa uzati uda na Zimbabwe saka uchazovaoni zvako it's okay. Pastor ndimi pastor wangu chai mukatondisiya kuna kumwe ndosaka tuna chidzoka kwamuri andimona ndibatsirei kana vangotenga matickets we are going to Zimbabwe zvatopera
Pastor Bonnie is not that kind of person. I think my tickets. I don't know him that much, like the way I know him. So that was why did I even bother to put Pastor Bonnie to go the length of talking to Pastor Bonnie? Because some of the things that he said to me, he said in that when he was talking, they are very kind of so harsh and so painful because most of them is untrue. But now when you're around, it's fine. It's okay. It is well. It's okay. I mean, no, it's okay. I don't know. Even Pastor Papa Magis, Papa Kanfonera last month, he was actually saying, and I'm very angry with the people that sent you to South Africa. I told you it was a trap. These people wanted just to take you out of South Africa. It was a trap. I told you don't go. I told you could have taken that Pastor Robert's car. Drive an Uber. I told you these people wanted to throw you away. So it's okay, I'm going to go to Tony's office and I'm going to face Pastor Boniface. So the next day, I'm not going to face Pastor Boniface and Tony. So then second thoughts, I thought these are the people that send you in the pain where you are. There is no need for me to. If I have the 40,000, I could give my ticket. I will check up Papa Majest there 40,000. If me Papa Majest have the 40,000, I would buy all your tickets and bring you back with the children because of what Sunny did. Sunny helped Pastor Boniface immediately as he entered South Africa. He did everything for him. It was on Sunny's head. Everything that he did for that church, he did everything for him. But for them to forget you like this and throw you out with the children like this, and now you are stuck in Ghana. So it's no problem. I will try and look for the money, but for now I can Marie, and then I will get back to you. That is what he said. That's my pastor, but I will not go. To Natone, I will not go. Because they are the same people that have put in this thing. These are the kind of people that know Pastor Bonnie. And he was working with Pastor Bonnie. He was a prayer warrior. He was in the same group with my late husband, who were prayer warriors in the church. So it is work.
Because my radio yakawandisa my sister ndikusaka chinyepera kuti 30,000 unoiwana kubva kuvanhu. It's a lot of money yakawandisa mari. Yakawandisa ndochokwadi. Saka iwo if you say kuti Pastor Bonnie akwanisa kupa mari iyo yaburisi. Saka maybe zvingani kuti undipe namba yadzabhuti kati nyengere kuti wabise 215 yavanayo. If I can block, I can go America.
It's okay. It's fine. It is well. It is well.
Because 10,000 Melly account, you know, so come on,
but then what I can't do, you are not track. I mean, I just don't track. Can I pass now? From Pastor Bonnie, it's fine. Because even family they all don't like me. So, what is the point of him going to the family? Even my late husband, when he was alive, I don't know, started in a family. That was a Zuki, I don't know, I'm sorry. Stand for what's over, I don't keep that there. Open to He didn't sign a one-on-one with me. You see me, so can't in a family. When I my brothers and my sisters, because family, they just want to milk me, and in a family. So I know family, I'm going to team in imagine poor. Then I don't know now. When the real husband, real family member, I tell her a family because of I'm not family, I go to how they are. That's why I even came to my dream at one almost at the family. That I don't give anybody, but what do you mean by anybody, my friend? She can, especially my friend, do not leave my children with them in the dream. But it is well.
No, it is well. It is well. It is so shame. But I think I got a minute to know because sure. Can I also but over 20K to so now can away because it is well sure. Because Pangova, you know, Maria, it's too much, Marie. Yeah, I just pray kind of party. We saw a rapper there. I mean, if I can so go, she am at the what much is not good. Let's see here. Can I mango so go back? Can I vaccine Tongo Miro Tada?
Okay, no problem.
All right, is one. All right, sharp. Guys, in the Kudakubasa. Tell me to so it a discussion and we'll discuss about this tomorrow. To so discussion ya mangwana moi bata yakadaro antika mangwana to so we are not never kazi vakwanda vakarogwa ne Nigerians antika vadzidze 1 or 2 passion ish antimaona tichitsurana zvakare panyaya yedu yemiromo yedu uyu pachezvedu sometimes animaona 1 or 2. So guys mundiregera inda kutopinda mota ndakutomanya kubasa ndananga kubasa nditika at least ndaningirira Nanda topeza ukiseni everything. Saka ndakwinda guys anditika tobasana mangwana guys. Thank you very much. Bless you. Mukungona zviri kuitika guys atirege kubatsira nene hama dzedu nemasano. Tichivaudzo futi chokwadi. Sezvatiri kuita musaka mokushiya murumo ya guys. Anzani bukura anzani murumo woku vana uchu. Anditika aiwa atapepuka it is well. It is well. Tobatana mangwana guys.